12-team Association of Christian Schools tournament. The captains, Andy Schmidt and Dan Dominguez, have just met at midcourt with the captain of our opponent, Medina Baptist. Medina, a team we beat earlier in the year. The scores so far today in the first game, Medina Baptist won their game against Rockford by 20 points, 39-19. Heritage and Judah forfeited to each other. Peoria beat Trinity 56-26, and Aurora beat Calvary 75-34. Tabernacle 59, Midwestern Military 40.
Lord, I thank you this afternoon. I thank you for this day's games thus far. I thank you that we've had no serious injury. I thank you for the two schools that are represented in this game. I pray for no injuries this afternoon. I pray that both teams just play hard, exhibit good sportsmanship, represent the Lord Jesus Christ to the best of their ability. These things I ask in your name. Amen.
Okay, that was Davidson, the athletic director of Aurora Christian. He must be the father of that 7th grade ball player that's really a player. In the previous game, when Tabernacle won 59-40 against Midwest, number 25, Walter Miller, scored 29 points for Midwest, and number 8 on Tabernacle dumped in 34 points. Jeff Gove is sick today. Scott Bruce is starting at a guard spot in place of Jeff, number 22, with Dominguez, number 5, Chris Bonga, 34, Mike Faywell, 43, and Andy Schmidt, number 35. The tip dumped off to Chris. He dishes it to Dominguez. Dominguez for the layup, and it's in. 2 points, an assist for Chris. Nice shot by Dominguez. Nice tip from Andy to Chris. Chris is guarding number 56 on that side. 56 is their player. Puts it up. It's blocked nicely by Schmidt. 32 gets the rebounded, gets the shot, and 43 Faywell comes down with the rebound, and number 36 Schupke fouls him. The first foul of the game. Wheaton Christian 2. We are the guests today. Medina 0. Ball comes in the corner to Chris. He drives, feeds it off to Andy. Oh my goodness. Chris made the pass to Andy, but was called for a charge foul.
Andy gets him out of there before
Yeah, Andy drags Chris out of there before he gives the ref any piece of his mind, but I think he did jump into a guy that had position. But the basket by Andy does not count, unfortunately.
It was.
What?
You said it was a good dish off. It was.
Yeah. Chris with the steal. He's all alone. He puts it up. He's short. He gets his own rebound. He's got it in. 4 for Wheaton Christian. 0 for Medina. 56 for Medina with the ball. Blocked by Schmidt. Fed off to Dominguez. Dominguez gets it punched away. We've got a timeout for the white team. Chris has 1 personal early in the game.
The number 36, I believe, Jason Shepke, is a good friend of Andy's. He goes to our church, and Andy's guarding him and has blocked 2 of his shots, and I think Jason's going to have a tough time. When they went out to center jump, I noticed Jason looked a little bit sheepish, gave Andy a sheepish smile, like almost like, I know what's going to come. Can kind of see what's ahead. The point guard is also a member of our church for Medina. David Peary is his name, number 22. He's normally the 6th man, but has taken the place of one of the boys that's sick for Medina.
What is Dominguez? What is Schupke's first name?
Jason is his first name.
And that's Schupke?
Right, Schupke.
Okay, the ball is out of bounds to Wheaton Christian. Scott Bruce will trigger it inbounds. Chris puts a pick on Andy, comes loose. The ball goes into Chris. Scott kind of forced it in there. Chris gets it out to Dominguez. Over to Scott Bruce. Drags a pivot foot, no call. Schmidt bounces it out to Chris. Chris puts up a long one. He's short. Andy with the rebound, and it's easy. thank you very much. I appreciate that. 2 points for Schmidt, 2 points for Dominguez, 2 points for Chris. Number 22, David Pierre, triggers the ball into 14. It comes into number 56 over Andy's upstretched hand. Out of bounds off Andy. 56. Who is number 56?
Don't know him.
They don't have him listed. Wonder if that's Clement. 22 puts it up. It looked good, but it rims out. Andy brings it down. Nice rebound for Schmidt. Dominguez brings it up over the timeline. Bruce at the other guard. Comes in the corner to Bonga. Chris drives, puts it over to Andy, passes hard, but Andy handles it. The hook shot is short, and it looks like Andy gets a foul.
I thought that was the other way.
No, Andy didn't have position.
All right.
3 minutes and 51 seconds to go. It's 6 for Wheaton Christian. Nothing for the home, considered the home team in this tournament, Medina. 22 swings it over to number 32, D. Falkenberg, who feeds it in. It's deflected off Chris. Scott Bruce ahead to Dominguez. Dominguez has a shot, and he's got a layup. 4 points for Danny. 8-0. Medina yet to break the ice. Ball comes over to 14. He uses his dribble into 36. That's probably Clement. 32 uses his dribble. Ball into little number 14. He drives the lane. Has trouble getting a shot off. 32 gets the rebound. 32 is D. Falkenberg, who brings it out, trying to get it set up. The ball comes in, and it's intercepted by Andy. Brings it over to Chris. Chris puts it over to Faywell. A nice pass. Mike goes up, and he's got one. Beautiful play by Faywell. A nice strong move, a nice feed by Chris. Wasn't that nice?
That was beautiful.
Wheaton Christian with their hands up. We got 4 guys with their hands up here. Number 22, David Pierre. David Peary sets the ball up. Number 14 brings it out into Peary. The pass goes into 56. Andy rejects. And oh my goodness, the ref says he got his wrist. Andy doesn't say much about it. On the baseline in rebounding position are Andy Schmidt and Mike Faywell, Chris Bonga and Scott Bruce also on the line. Danny Dominguez at half court. We've got 13 players here, including our cheerleaders. I can recognize Mike Faywell with the rebound. He feeds it out to Dominguez. Danny brings it across the 10-second line, drives with his left hand, turns it around into Chris. Chris has got a chance to drive. He puts it up, and he gets a basket. Boy, oh boy, I don't know how that one went in, but it sure did, and it was a beauty. Now we have 12 with 4 of our 5 players in the scoring column. Feed goes in, Chris up in the air, shot is up, he's rattled. Faywell brings it down. This team is, they've got him nervous, just like the Bears defensive line would have a rookie quarterback nervous. The pass goes into Faywell, brings it into Chris. Chris puts it up, and he's got about a 10-foot jump shot from the side. 14-0. Number 32, D. Falkenberg. This team is attacking us from 20 feet out, and it's pretty hard to win a game that way. Scott Bruce wisely giving them a lot of room, saying, go ahead and make one from there, and then I'll come out and get you. Dominguez steals. He goes around the little guy. Whoops, air dribble. Chris loses it. Couldn't find the handle. Pass goes down to D. Falkenberg, who has a little trouble with it. Dominguez with good defense. Chris comes down, gets in his spot. Andy goes back after covering up. The ball over to number 36, Jason. And Andy Schmidt has the rebound. He's got the center of the lane. He feeds it to Dominguez, who goes right around. Dominguez stops, puts it up. Nice rebound by Scott Bruce. The shot just off. Andy picks this up. A good offensive rebound and 2 points for Schmidt, number 35. You're going to see him play some pretty tough high school ball. He's got what it takes. Here comes Dominguez on a steal off a bad pass. He's got Bruce on the trailer. He takes it in himself, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. I thought Danny would, since he was so closely guarded, maybe feed it back to Scott, but he probably didn't know he was there. So he did the sure thing. He put it in himself. Danny Dominguez with one of his fastest starts of the year, 3 baskets.
What's Andy doing outside here? You got to be underneath. Or maybe he doesn't want him to get a foul, though.
I don't know. Maybe we're letting him catch up. Dominguez is short. Chris with a hand on it. Dominguez gets his rebound after it's kicked out. The pass goes to Andy. Chris is loose underneath. Loses the ball. It's a jump ball. Good call by the ref. Good determination by Chris after not finding the handle on the pass that came in hard and low. Hard one to handle. And this possession now, it's the white team. The gold team will get the next one. Here comes the Wheaton Christian cheerleaders down the steps. We've got 7 girls here. End of the quarter. And at the end of the quarter, the score is 18 for Wheaton Christian, nothing for Medina.
Well, as Coach Detmers mentioned to me earlier, just before the game, 4 of their players are missing, including their 2 starting guards, and it certainly shows. Their guards are not able to move the ball in and work it to the point where they can get some decent shots, and the ball is being stolen rather handily by Danny Dominguez on defense. If Medina's to have any chance at all, they've got to work the ball better and try to work it in just a little closer for some better shots.
We got the Wheaton Christian cheerleaders here with a fine cheer. Roger Burgess is the assistant coach on the bench. We've got a new system of water, dispensing water today. We've done away with the bottles with the straws sticking out, and we have Dixie cups that Cindy brought, so we don't spread germs today. Unfortunately, she bought Dixie cups that are about the size of a sewing thimble. Inbounds from Dominguez to Dan Cook. Into the corner to Chris. He feeds Andy. Andy puts it up. It's off. Mike puts it up. It's short. Andy with the rebound. He's got 2. 6 points for Schmidt. 6 points for Dominguez. 6 points for Bonga. 2 points for Faywell. No points for Medina Baptist. The score is 20-0. Steve Klum points out that there was something on the court, and it's retrieved by the referee. 5:43 in the second quarter. Number 22, David Peary, like Carson Peary, brings the ball down. Good defense by Cook and Dominguez. Little bump in there, but no call, and the shot goes in. Number 56. With their first point of the game, and they're pressing us here. Schmidt with the ball in the middle. He puts up a 12-footer. The shot is too long. It's off the back of the iron. Faywell's got one. An offensive rebound and a basket for Faywell. 4 points for Mike Faywell. David Peary brings the ball down. Sets it up, swings it over to number 14. McCabe.
I take it our guys aren't doing so good.
I think we're missing some of your starters.
Oh, well, 3.
Pass in the middle to DeFalkenberg, and he's got a basket. That's his first point. 4 points now for Medina. The press is on. Dominguez brings it down against 2 guys. Number 14 bumped him. Foul on number 14 as Dominguez was double teamed coming down the floor, but they got shoulders, and Danny had him moving. The pass comes into Chris. He feeds it high to Andy. It's the alley-oop. 2 points for Andy. Nice move by Andy. Fine pass by Chris. 8 points for Schmidt. Again, they're not getting the ball into their attacking position. There they go. And they get 2 points as number 36. Jason Shepke with his first basket, and it's 6 points for Medina. Danny Dominguez brings it in. He gets it down to Chris. Chris drives, puts up a shot. Andy with the offensive rebound and a tip in. Beautiful play by Andy. Andy with 10, 4 of them in this quarter, 6 in the first quarter. 32, DeFalkenberg shoots it up, and he's got one. The ball is starting to fall a little bit as they get loosened up. 4 points for DeFalkenberg. Cook brings it over to Danny Dominguez. Back out to Danny Cook. Faywell brings it into Chris. Chris drives. He's fouled, no call. Schmidt is fouled, no call. Andy gets it back to Mike. Mike looked like he walked. Schmidt with the rebound. Beautiful play, and he's got the basket. Beautiful, beautiful rebound. Andy will have one shot at the line. That's his 12th point, 6 in each quarter. And Brian Johnson getting ready to come in. He reports in. Checks in for Bonga.
Andy's got 2. Andy's got 1, but he's had 2 calls.
The free throw is off. Faywell puts it up. He's fouled by number 36. And Mike goes to the line. Andy has been called for 2 fouls. Not a shooting foul, as we're not in the bonus yet.
I guess we are. Now we are in the bonus.
I guess we are in the bonus. And so Brian Johnson and Andy Schmidt will be in the rebounding spot for Wheaton Christian as Mike Faywell, Burley number 43. Chance to shoot 1 plus the bonus. Four bounces and the free throw. It's off to the right, no good. Ball comes out to number 22. DeFalkenberg intercepted by number 22. David Pierre intercepted by Dominguez. The short shot missed by Schmidt, and a little racehorse basketball here. DeFalkenberg brings it down. Now pulls it back to set it up. Scored 28 for the Spartans, 8 points for Medina. Blocked by Schmidt. Dominguez coming out. 1 on 3. Slows it up. Now charges again. He traveled. He moved that left pivot foot, and the ref was right there to call it. 28-8 with 2.5 minutes to go in the second period. Chris Bonga and Scott Bruce at the scorer's table checking back in. Probably give Faywell and Dominguez a rest. Number 22, David Peary, swings it into number 14, McCabe. Fed to the baseline. The shot is up by number 22, David Peary, his first basket, and the score is tightening up a little bit, 28-10. Dominguez back out to Cook, to Faywell. Brian Johnson slow in getting across, and he's not open. Dominguez this time gets it into Johnson. Brian tries to get it into Schmidt, telegraphs the pass, and we've got a traveling on Medina after the interception. Bruce in for Dominguez. Bonga in for Faywell. Brian Johnson remains in the game at the other forward spot. Cook into Andy. Andy puts up a 12-footer, and boy, he's got nothing but net. Fantastic. Andy has unofficially 14 points in the first half. A long shot by number 56. His second basket of the night. That's probably Clement.
Say it again. They're going to have to make those shots all day if they hope to get back in this game, I think.
Chris feeds one in, kind of forced it. It was away from Andy. Andy can go get him if they're high enough. That pass wasn't high enough. Andy to trigger it in. There's Danny Cook wide open. Doesn't look at the shot. You got to look at the basket, and Andy does so. It's his 5th basket of the quarter, his 16th point of the game. Number 32, DeFalkenberg, holds the ball out, brings it into 36, Jason Shepke. The shot is an air ball, and it's off. 43 checks in for Schmidt. 43 is Faywell. Number 30, Jimmy Perkis, checks in for Brian Johnson. Perkis now playing.
I see Cindy's dispensing the water.
Yeah, Cindy's. Well, you got the little symbols. Want to send it again?
So I see Cindy's dispensing the water down there. In addition to
Chris behind, trying to.
Gatorade?
No, just water. Pass off number 56 into Chris's hands. He takes the middle, feeds it down to Bruce, but the pass is overthrown, long out of bounds. 32-12. I tell you, some of these scores in the early part of the tournament were big scores. Peoria with 56, Tabernacle with 59, and Aurora with 75. But if we kept our starters in and kept going at this pace, we could exceed 75 points. Chris with the rebound. He dishes it out to Scott Bruce. Scott Bruce over to Mike. Mike puts it up. He's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Foul is on number 32. What? 32?
we thought it was 30.
Foul on 36. Jason Shepke. It looks like his first personal of the game. He's got 2. We'll give him 2. Now we've got Roger Poling. Roger Poling in the game for Wheaton Christian. Number 24. And a point guard for Dominguez. He'll be playing guard with Scott Bruce. Faywell's first free throw. He's right there. That's it, Mike. Mike Faywell with his first free throw, 5th point of the game. His second one looks just as good, but it's off. It goes in off Chris's hands to Perkis, and number 30 Perkis gets his first point of the game, his first bucket, 2 for Jimmy, and it's 35 points for the blue and gold Spartans. Chris with a pass in. It's coming to Poling, but he can't quite get to it, and you can't run full speed with the wall being so close to the end line. Chris did about all he could do to avoid going out of bounds. He dished it out. Good try. Have to have a very speedy guy to get to that ball. Number 22, Peary, puts up a long one. His second bucket of the day, and that's the end of the half. And it's 35 for Wheaton Christian, 14 for the Medina Baptist team. The unofficial scoring is 6 for Dominguez, 6 for Bonga, 16 for Schmidt, 2 for Perkis, and 5 for Faywell. Does that add up? 16 and 12 is 28, and 5 is... Okay, at halftime, with 21 seconds to go in the halftime, it's Wheaton Christian Spartans 35 and Medina Christian 14. The second half will begin with a technical shot by Medina as Jimmy Perkis tried to do a slam dunk on the backboard apparatus to end the first half. So they will get an opportunity to shoot a free throw at the start of the half. Hard to fathom that a ref could call a technical for something that happened after the play had expired. But Coach Klum has got these guys laughing up a storm here in the huddle. Number 22, Peary, like Carson Peary.
Carson Peary.
David Peary.
His father there, the
will
white,
shoot.
In the white sweater.
Okay, we want to get his name right if that's his father down there. David Peary puts it up. He had it in, and it spun out to the left. And so the score remains 35-14, and now the white team also gets it out of bounds. Ball batted away. Dominguez comes out among 3 guys with it. He feeds it into Scott Bruce, who puts it up. Scott has his first basket of the game. A nice play, a fabulous play by Dominguez. Schmidt had 16 in the first half. Bonga and Dominguez had 6. Faywell had 5. Perkis had 2, and now Scott Bruce has 2. In terms of the unofficial stats, the only assist was given to Chris. They missed all of our rebounds. Oh, we had traveling there, no call. Andy might have had a piece of it. Chris up there. Oh, Andy got a cheap one with the body, and it's his third.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Coach Klum just signals to Andy, holding up 3 fingers. 3 fouls on Andy. And number 36, Jason Shepke.
If this were a close game, it would be concerned. But in a game like this, I really think by the end of the third quarter, we're going to have everybody in playing.
The second one is good. He makes 1 out of 2 from the line, and it's 37-15. Dominguez brings it up. Bruce started the second half. He swings it over to Scott Bruce, who feeds it to Faywell. Chris coming through. The ball comes in. Chris forces it in. It comes back to Chris. Chris puts it up. No call. Shot goes down. Nice shot. Chris's first bucket since the first quarter. He's got 8 for the game. Wheaton Christian with hands up. Into number 56, Horn. 56 is Horn. He had 4 points. It's stolen. Pass is stolen by Dominguez. Wheaton Christian brings the ball up deliberately. Comes into Chris in the on the baseline. A beautiful pass into Andy. That's at least Chris's third assist of the game. Andy has 18, 9 baskets for the game.
I think you could say that Chris is what's known as a 3D player: drive, draw, and dish.
Yeah. He's the thing that's really pleased me more than anything about his game is he's really exhibited the ability to see the whole court while he has the ball, and he's led the team in assists this year and been a very unselfish player. The ball goes into the corner to Chris. He dishes to Andy. The shot is short, slightly to the left. It's white ball out of bounds. I'll tell you, when Chris and Andy have the ball, it's all business, and they get it to each other. Here comes Schoelenberg to check in, probably for Andy. 41 for the Spartans, 15 for Medina. Medina missing at least 3 players from their starting team because of illness. Little number 14, one of those pressed into service, swings it into Peary. Out to number 32, DeFalkenberg. The ball is thrown away. Scott Bruce will inbound it to Dominguez. Schoelenberg, number 31, checks in. Comes in for Andy, who has 3 fouls. Coach Klum wants to get him out so he doesn't jeopardize our lead. Okay, the water girl is out here to give Andy a thimbleful.
Maybe I can ask Andy to dress and get out of here so that we can get over to Doug's game.
Well, they play at 6?
Would go for that?
Probably not.
They play at 5. They're just starting right now.
Oh, golly.
I want to see the last half if I can.
Yeah, you'll get there. It's 5 minutes after 5.
We also have a Valentine's Day.
February 14th, Valentine's Day, 1986, and we're at the Aurora Christian Tournament, a 12-team tournament. The Spartans, Scott Bruce, inbounds the ball to Dominguez. Triple team, he goes through. The ball comes into Faywell, puts it up well. The English puts it down. Mike is fouled in the act of shooting. Isn't that going to look great on the replays? Oh, man, yeah. Mike Faywell at the line, shooting 1. The basket counted. The English put it in for him. It's a good pass in from Faywell after being triple teamed. He's got the free throw. It wasn't right there, but it went in, and that's what counts. And Mike has 8 points for the afternoon. Peary brings it in, swings it to DeFalkenberg, who puts up a long shot. Chris with the rebound. It slides away. He saves it into Dominguez, and the ref says inadvertent whistle. Chris is 4 rows up into the stands. He finally comes back. Good save by Chris. Dominguez holds it up. Chris comes. He traveled, no call. Comes into Faywell. Mike had it. It looked like he had it, but it looks like a foul on Kevin Schoelenberg on the rebound. And we've got an official's timeout as number 36, Jason Shepke, ties his shoelace on his Nike Air gym shoe. Schoelenberg is playing a forward, and Faywell has moved to the middle on defense with Chris at the other forward. Number 22 brings it down deliberately. Peary brings it into Horn. Horn shoots. It's short. Saved by 22, Faywell, the only one here. It's a 1-on-3, dishes to Dominguez. Oh, Danny put it up. It almost fell. It didn't. He'll shoot 2. 5 fouls on number, who fouled?
Jason Shepke.
Jason Shepke, number 36, has just fouled out of the game. He played a good game, good hard floor game. And we've got Danny Dominguez shooting 2 at the line. Danny with 6 points on the night.
It's got to be shooting. Otherwise, it's right. We're not in the bonus, so it's a 2-shot foul.
4 bounces. He sets, puts it up. Boy, he's got nice form. Just off to the left. Number 14, Dan Johnson, checks in for Scott Bruce, who played a nice game. Started today in place of Jeff Gove, who's home with strep throat. 4 bounces for Dominguez. Pushes it up. It's long. Number 56, Horn rebounds. The score is 44 for the Spartans, 14-15 for Medina. Medina feeds it in for number 42, who was camped in the lane. No call. 2 points for Evans, his first 2 of the game. Danny almost had it stripped, gets it into Chris. Chris feeds it back out to Danny. Andy's not there, and the offense noticeably slows down. Ball out of bounds. They called it off Faywell, and I don't think Mike was near it. Here comes Perkis. Perkis for Mike Faywell. And I think Perkis will be playing in the middle. Chris at a wing. We've got 3 non-starters in there. What is Kevin Schoelenberg doing? He's playing offense at the wrong end of the court. Chris rebounds. Chris puts it up. No call. They were all over him. The shot doesn't go. Chris brushed his back, and the ref didn't call that one either. Perkis with a nice rebound. No technical because he didn't hang on the rim this time.
Maybe better explain. He hung on one of the side baskets where the rim is quite low anyway.
Oh, the bounce pass from Dominguez to Chris never came up, and it scoots by Chris's somewhere around the ankles. 44-17. Peary brings the ball down, number 22, swings it over to 14. Number 13, Jason Morrow, checking in the game here. No shot. A block on Jimmy Perkis, number 30. His first personal, but second foul of the game.
Andy.
Blocked by Chris, out of bounds, off the apparatus, and the ball is out to the white team, Medina. Nice play by Chris, who's now in the middle. Number 13 that's Brian Leach, not Jason Morrow, is in the game. Rebound off Kevin Schoelenberg's hand to Chris. Feed to Perkis. Perkis puts it up, and he's got 2. Jimmy Perkis with 2 points. That's his 4th point of the game, his 2nd basket of the game, a layup. Is that right? 46-17?
That's it.
Peary brings it down. Feed into Horn. Chris made a lot of noise, but I don't think he touched him, and the ref called a foul. They did call a foul on 32. Did he touch him?
I didn't see
He made a lot of noise, I'll grant you that. It's his second personal of the game.
They're calling it so close, you can't even make noise.
Well, might have been that the sound waves vibrated off of the offensive player. Horn air ball on the first one, swish on the second one. It's Horn's 5th point of the game. He's their high scorer. Into Schoelenberg. Schoelenberg swings it. Oh, he bounce passes it to number 42, who is Evans.
This gym, there's so little room at the ends on the out of bounds that a big player with large feet would probably have trouble keeping his feet in bounds between the end line and the wall.
Right. That's right, but it's one thing the gym's got going for it. It's got a wooden floor.
Yes.
Number 10 checks in for Wheaton. This is Eric Van Conant. He's in the back court with Brian Leach. Brian, number 13, brings the ball over the 10-second line. Eric is showing good hustle.
Put it up, Jimmy.
Chris Bonga is out, and Van Conant, I guess, checked in for Chris. 16 seconds to go in the third period, 46-18.
We've got one at our church we could use.
We're back at the start of the fourth quarter. Medina's turn to inbound the ball. Same lineup for Wheaton Christian. Leach, Van Conant at guard, Perkis at center, Schoelenberg and Dan Johnson at the forward spot. Good hustle being shown by that gold team out there right now. Got a couple of guys light on their feet. Van Conant and Johnson move around well. Horn, a big guy. Biggest guy on the floor right now. Swings it into number 32, Jason Shepke. He's trying to get to his son's freshman game that started at 5 o'clock.
Andy, tell him no foul. I'm going to get to let his name run.
The ball is off. Oh, another foul.
Are you asking these guys not to have fouls?
Yeah.
So this means Wheaton Christian, having put this game away, will play tomorrow morning at
Tomorrow afternoon at 1:30.
tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Have Andy here at 1 o'clock, would you?
Okay, I'll try.
We'll be playing Peoria, who beat Trinity 56-26. Aurora, who beat Calvary 75-34, will be playing Tabernacle, the 59-40 victor over Midwest at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. The championship, Wheaton will need one more victory over Peoria to play in the championship. Will be at 5:30 tomorrow. The consolation game is at 2:30.
Now I'd like to scream it to White. No fouls, White.
Yeah. White just, the guy throws it up. Brian Leach intercepts. He feeds it into Dan Johnson off his foot. Back out to Brian.
Travel. Maybe.
The refs are just
No fouls,
holding it
White.
down.
No fouls.
Ooh, Van Conant gets stuffed. He's on the floor. That's a candy bar for Van Conant. And he's called for a travel. And Steve Klum slaps him on the behind and says, all right, you get a Snickers bar. Good work. Got to have something for leaving that skin on the floor, right? 4:25 in the game, 49-18. If you want, I'll take Andy home and drop him off at the school for you.
Oh, so by the time, I told him to hustle afterwards. We got to get some dinner. But I appreciate it. asked Steve, I said, no.
32, DeFalkenberg puts it up. Dan Johnson assaults number 56 over the left shoulder. No call. Could have gotten 5 years for assault and battery on that one. And now we've got Roger Poling and Danny Cook, number 24 and number 4 respectively, checking in the game for the gold team. Brian Leach and Dan Johnson come out. Those two guys hustle. Rebound by Brian Johnson. Over to Poling. Danny Cook.
Four corners now. It's time for the four-corner offense.
Well, you can't do it with the shot clock. Here goes Brian Johnson. He is nailed. No call. Ref wants to get us out. And Perkis, 1st and 10. Perkis comes to play, I'll tell you.
He does. Takes no prisoners, as they say.
That's right. Rambo Perkis. That's Jimmy's 2nd personal, 3rd foul of the night. Horn makes the first one. That's 6 points for Horn. Cook, number 42, controls. Horn puts it up. He turns around. I think the ball kind of bumped into one of our players, and it looks like Perkis might get a cheap foul, and he got one. Poor Jimmy is really, that is just, it's his 3rd personal, but 4th foul. Because he got the foul for hanging on the rim at the end of the first half.
I think these refs are anticipating calls there pretty consistently. I think the refs are anticipating calls pretty consistently through the game. If we have these refs tomorrow, we're going to need to be careful, or we're going to find ourselves in foul trouble.
Did Horn make them both? Did he make the first free throw too? Cook brings it into Perkis, who controls. I think he walked, but no call, and he got the basket. Jimmy has a total of 5 points in the game. Brian Johnson out with a good defense. Ball comes off to number 42, Evans.
Guys, work it for a while now. Come on, look for that.
3:10. Horn puts it up. Good rebounding position by Roger Poling. Clears the ball to Cook. Perkis over to Brian. Brian passes up a shot. Perkis with 3 seconds in the lane. Van Conant came across the lane well to receive the pass. And Schoelenberg, wearing Chet Walker's old number, 31, checks in for the gold team for Perkis.
Timeout. No timeout.
2:51 to go. As we show you the Wheaton Christian huddle. Unofficial scoring for Wheaton Christian. Dominguez with 6, all in the first quarter. Bonga with 8. Schmidt with 18. Scott Bruce with 2. Mike Faywell with 8. Jimmy Perkis with 7. Real balanced scoring here today.
That's what we need.
A total of 51 points. Andy leading the way with his usual steady game. He would have had 35 points if he played all the way. Number 20 dishes it into the corner to Peary, and back to the point guard, 14, as he says, we got to find a good shot to catch up, guys. Peary puts it up, air ball, just barely grazed the rim. Poling brings it out, over to Cook. Dan is a very deliberate guy here. He doesn't want to throw it away, not when we're ahead by this much. Van Conant brings it in. He puts it up. It's about a foot long. Oh, there's a breakaway. Number 14 can't hold the ball. And with 2:08 to go, it's Wheaton Christian's ball. We've got Faywell anchoring one end of the bench and Chris Bongo at the other end of the bench. Cook goes around a defensive player. Nice pass by Danny Cook into Brian Johnson. The shot is off the rim. There's Schoelenberg on the floor, and there's a candy bar for Schoelenberg.
Go. Get those candy bars out.
Schoelenberg inbounds. Clear shot for Poling, and Roger has two. .140 to go. Rogers' first basket of the afternoon. 53-21. It's about 2.5 times their score. 42 Evans puts it up, off. Rebound by Schoelenberg. Bounce pass to Cook. Dan with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go brings it up. Poling at the point guard. Danny forces a pass in. Evans intercepts. Number 20 brings it down. Cook with a hand on the ball, kicks it out of bounds. 1 minute and 11 to go. 53-21. Very, very strong showing by the Wheaton Christian bench today. Now we've got Brian Leach and Dan Johnson checking in. They ignored Brian's foul. Poling gets the rebound. Feeds it over to Cook. Now we want a timeout to clear our bench. 48 seconds to go. Johnson and Leach check in.
He called it just to get the players in.
Yeah, they just quick substitution. 48 seconds in the game. When did our last starter come out of the game?
Quite a while ago. It was early in the fourth quarter.
Early in the fourth?
Or late in the third.
We've gone since the end of the third quarter without any starters in the game. To my knowledge, we've got a jump ball, and it goes over to White this time. 41 seconds. The clock winding down. It's the stall offense here now. Then they make a cross-court pass. Number 31, Kevin Schoelenberg, rips one down. He's got the size of his brother. Dan Johnson with 16 seconds to go swings it over to Brian Leach. Brian travels. Brian knew exactly what he wanted to do. 7 seconds. This could be the last shot of the game. It's up, it's short. Almost hit Brian in the head. And that's the game. 53 for Wheaton Christian, 21 for Medina. And Wheaton Christian will go to the next bracket of the tournament with a 1 o'clock game on Saturday afternoon. Are you scheduled to drive tomorrow?
No, I'm not.
Andy? February 15th, 1986, and we're ready for the game between Wheaton Christian, the winner against Medina, and Peoria Christian, the winner against Trinity. Amen. After the pregame prayer. Hey. Okay. Okay, we're ready for the announcements of the game. The main players for Peoria Christian are number 32, David Parsons, a strong center. well-built, about 5'10" in height. Josh Schroeder, number 34, one of the forwards. Number 33, Matt Hartford, another one of the forwards. And their little point guard, number 13, Chad Robinson, a good penetrator and outside shooter. Number 22, Tyler Sidewell. Peoria is going to be the visiting team today. Tyler Seidel with glasses. Scott Bruce will be starting for Wheaton. There's the Peoria team, and now we have Wheaton Christian. Home team, Wheaton Christian. Oh, Danny Domingos at point guard. Andy Schmidt at center. Chris Bonga, Mike Faywell, and Scott Bruce. Okay, we're ready for the tip-off. The water has just gotten here. And Steve Klum has his lucky bench on the west side of the auditorium. Okay. We've got a fan here complaining about the cheerleaders on the corner of the court, and the refs are taking a look at the situation here. See what they decide to do. We'll have Andy jumping against 32, David Parsons. So the complaint is lodged. It falls on deaf ears, and they're going to stay in the corner of the arena, even though there's only about 1.5 feet of space there. Andy with a tip over to Chris Bonga and to Danny Dominguez, and that's 2 points for Dominguez, and Dominguez gets the first blood. We're going to have to play a whale of a game. Number 32 brings the ball in. He puts it in over Andy. Andy took a swat at it. It's 2-2 as Parsons scores. Oh, Scott Bruce looks nervous here. He almost threw that ball away. 13 is on Dominguez, the pass to Chris and into Andy, and it's 2 points. 4-2, Andy's first two, and Andy put it up easily over Parsons. I need to see the numbers. Number 13, the point guard, Chad Robinson. He puts it up, and it's long. Scott Bruce gets a rebound. He's fouled. The first foul at 32. Hooray! Thank you very much. That's great. Appreciate it, Art. How are you? Good. Danny Dominguez's books just arrived. He left it in the car last night. Dominguez inbounds to Chris. The pass is like a rifle, but Chris gets it. He drives, puts it up. The ball is shot too far to the left. It's off the side of the board. And number 22, Tyler Seidel, brings it down. Over to Seidel, back to Chad, point guard. To number 34, Josh Schroeder. Back to Chad. It's a quick Peoria team. And number 32 is working that middle, and Scott Bruce is all over. We've got a box and one, and Scott is pushing him a little bit, and he gets the ball anyway. And a nice block by Schmidt. And Dominguez is fouled, a no call, and they get the ball away after a knee to Danny. So Parsons puts it up. He gets it up over Chris. 2 points for Parsons. That's 4 for him. And that's 4 points. They were all over Dominguez, and there was no call. Chris just slows it down. Back to Dominguez. Chris comes to the side where the ball is. Ball goes over to Bruce, and they steal it. Number 22 steals it, and Scott Bruce gets him. Number 22 is Tyler Seidel, and they are a quick team. Dominguez telegraphed that pass a little bit. We have Gove checking in for Scott Bruce here.
He said count the basket. Basket didn't go in.
How could the basket count? It didn't go in.
He didn't put it up. Well,
Darn right, it didn't go in, ref.
sheepish now.
Okay, the ref had called the basket in. It didn't go in, so it couldn't count. Seidel puts the first one up. It's off short and off the rim to the right. The score is knotted at 4 with 4:05 to go in the first quarter. Gove in, He's way short there, an air ball. And it'll come out to Wheaton Christian. We've got Gove and Dominguez to bring it down. They're going to press, and Chris is up to help a little bit here. Comes into Gove. Back to Dominguez. Dominguez brings it easily across the tide line. Number 13 into Andy. Andy puts up a long one. It's in, and it's out. And number 33, Matt Hartford, brings down the rebound. You can help me in the spotting on the names here. Tyler Seidel back to Chad at point guard. Matt Hartford back to Seidel. He traveled. He took a little bit of a bunny hop before he started his dribble. And this is going to be one good game. Dominguez inbounds the number 33, Jeff Gove. The ball is across the timeline. It comes into Andy. Andy brings it into Chris. Andy looks for it back. Chris drives, puts it up. Chris has got a beauty. Where it didn't seem like there was any room there. Chris's first bucket, he drove the baseline. 2 points for Bonga. Gove pushing on number 32. Now he comes deep. We've got 32 out of the offense. Klum has taken number 32.
They're wasting on it.
David Parsons out of the offense. Here he comes in. The shot is off, and Andy's got it. He's fouled by Parsons. No call. Andy's taking it all the way. Back to Gove. Slow it down a little bit. Over to Dominguez. Want to be a little more deliberate. This team's faster than we are. Chris with a nice feed to Andy. Andy's too long with the shot, but it drops. Second basket for Andy. 4 points. 8 for the home team. Wheaton Christian Spartans. 4 for Peoria. Number 34. The ball is on the floor, and Gove is in there. Hey, way to go, Jeff! Hey! Way to go, Jeff! And the ball will come off on this possession. Candy bar for Gove. 32, Parsons puts it up. Andy's there, and Faywell's there, and gets a foul. But Parsons knows he's in the game. Oh, what a game, huh? Good team. Quick Peoria team.
I'm not keeping track of the fouls.
That's right. We'll get him at halftime. Got a rookie scorer here. He can't keep track of the fouls. Okay, David Parsons, the first shot is up, and it's right there. Beautiful shot. This kid will play high school ball.
Yo, did you understand we're videotaping right here? Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Another foul. Shot, it's over, and this time number 34 was all over Faywell's wrist. They call a jump ball, and the possession on the arrow goes over to Wheaton Christian. It comes into Chris. Chris brings it up to Dominguez. Dominguez bounces it off his foot. Danny rips it away. Oh, he's got to move that leg. Hey, he's got to move that leg to be traveling. That foot's in the same place. It's got to travel.
You got to grab the ball, not the head, too.
Okay, Danny with a hand on the ball. Number 22, Seidel. Danny with good defense. Back out to Chad Robinson. Swings it over to Matt. Back to Chad Robinson. He fakes. Brings the shot away. We've got Parsons shut down. Gove doing a good physical job on him. Ooh. First and 10. Do it again. First and 10. Number 13 got it in the side of the head a little bit here. He's shaking his head. Chad Robinson, pretty good point guard. Jeff Gove is playing after having been put on antibiotics on Thursday night with strep throat. Friday morning even, yesterday. 8-5, Wheaton Christian. Robinson pushes the ball in. Back over to Parsons. Parsons puts it up. He's short. He gets his own rebound, even though he's smaller. And the ball is up. Number 33 makes the shot on the rebound. That's Matt Hartford with one of those rebounds that he had seven of them that he converted the baskets in the first half. Foul on Mike Faywell. 2 on Mike. And Wheaton's in a situation on fouls. 2 on Mike, 1 on Gove that could begin to hurt us. 1 on Andy. Ball comes off. Chris couldn't find the handle. It's off on the near out-of-bounds line.
In order to get the ball away.
Say it again.
They grabbed his arm in order to get the ball away.
Number 13, Robinson, brings the ball in.
Mr. Klum's not here.
Yeah. Okay, he takes the outside shot. Number 22, Tyler Seidel, his first basket. He puts it in, and all of a sudden now, Wheaton Christian is down 9-8. Andy with a jump shot. It's off. Seidel with the rebound. Brings it back to 33. Matt Hartford. Ball into Parsons, and he traveled, and he's rattled. Parsons is getting bumped on, and the passes are being denied to him. That time he got the pass, and in his over-anxiety, traveled with the ball. Dominguez over the timeline, almost turned the ball over and carried it into Chris on the far side. Chris puts it up. The shot is long. Andy with the rebound. And he's got an offensive rebound and a basket. 10 points, 6 points for Schmidt. The other scoring is Chris Bonga 2, Danny Dominguez 2. The shot by the point guard, Chad, is short. And the foul is on number 32, Chris Bonga. His first. Little push-off. Okay, in the rebounding position for the Spartans are Faywell and Andy Schmidt. Number 34, Josh Schroeder. Shoots his first one. He makes it. They're a good shooting team. And the score is knotted at 10 after Andy had put us ahead at 10-9. The shot is short, and Chris rips it off. Takes it the length of the court. He goes all the way. He's fouled, and there's no call. The ball is kicked away by Dominguez, and we are not getting the better part of the officiating right now. Chris was bumped as he went up for the shot. Didn't get a call. Danny bumped the other guy, bringing the ball down from behind. Tried to peck it away.
2 shots before. Number 34.
Andy over the back here. No call again. The refs are just letting him loose. Andy pulls up and shoots it. It's off. And Gove with a rebound. The shot is off. Gove goes up, and it's a two-shot shooting foul.
We just got one shot down here.
Hey, Lee Dominguez.
Wasn't number 34 who made the shots?
I don't know. Okay, Gove fouled in the act of shooting. Coming off a strep throat infection on antibiotics. Ready with his first shot, and he's right there, but it just pops out. Jeff looks like himself. Bounces the ball 3 or 4 times, gets ready. Little hesitation right there, and Jeff gives us the lead at 11-10 with 16 seconds in the quarter. First quarter. Gove doing a job on defense, denying the pass. The pass comes in anyway. Andy over the top.
Hey, ref, you couldn't see that. How could you call that? You're out of position.
Foul on Andy. I believe it's his second. His first foul? Good.
Good block, ref. You gotta wait till you see it before you call it. He was out of position. He was over there. He couldn't see.
I think Steve wants us a little quieter. And the ball goes in. He made them both. Is that right? 12-11. Chris brings it down. Pass off Mike's hands. Pass was high. Mike had a good shot at getting it, but he didn't. Very physical game so far.
Getting angry, and he did hit the wrist. Andy did hit the wrist.
Oh, yeah? It's all right. That's good, as long as they know we're here.
So what? What are they going to do about it?
Well,
Throw us the
continue.
whistle?
Yeah, right. That's been done.
I mean, your calls have gone against us substantially. We've been hit at the other end a couple times. The calls have gone against us substantially. Danny Dominguez on this one out of bounds play, he got hit twice before the ball went out of
Chris,
bounds.
a couple of times.
Yeah, so I mean, they've got to call it. They got to even it up.
And down here, so bad.
Still on here? Okay, so a very tight game at the end of the first 6-minute period. It's the visiting Peoria Christian School 12, the home Wheaton Christian Spartans 11. Okay, we got water being served by the water girl of the team here. In individual cups to cut down the spreading of the flu. What do you think of that, Doug?
I don't think.
You don't think, huh? You think it's just a mother being overly cautious?
Yeah.
Okay, think so? Wheaton Christian is in their toughest game of the year so far. We've got Andy Schmidt at center.
They gotta get on 32. They can't let him.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, but if it's a body foul, he was out of position to call it. Schmidt at center. Bonga, the shot goes up over Chris. It's long. Faywell rebounds, dishes it out to Dominguez. Brings it over to Gove. They're going to give us full court pressure all the way here. From Gove back to Dominguez. Dominguez gets a bounce pass over to Gove. Does a Boerwinkle drill. The ball goes off, and it'll be out of bounds purple.
You can't even dive for the ball when it's over there.
That's right.
You can't dive for the ball because you're going to hear head on it.
That's right. It's pretty close. You've got about 18 inches, maybe 2 feet on that side. And it's a travel call. Well, we're getting a few calls, so they saw that one. 12-11. The Spartans down by a point. We got full court pressure. Chris comes up. Ball comes into Chris. Into Andy. Andy turns. The shot is off. Oh, we got Andy for a reaching in foul. He didn't have a chance at that one. Second personal on Andy. Steve just tells him not to get a third foul on something that really is a long shot type situation. Dominguez back on defense. Schmidt and Faywell under the boards. Chris and Gove also on the line. First one is in. They're in a bonus. We're not. That really hurts. It's 13-11 right now. Second shot for Parsons. How many points does he have? The ball comes off to Faywell. He's used his dribble. He brings it up to Chris. Chris brings it down. Somebody coming from behind. The shot is up. It looked like he had contact, but no call. Schmidt rebounded. The shot didn't go.
He got wasted down there.
Chad Robinson brings it out. Over to Seidel. Back to Robinson. Back to Seidel. Back to Robinson, who puts it up over the zone. Chris comes out with it, but Gove controls it, and Gove brings it over the center line. Brings it all the way. Nice shot. And Jeff has got 2 points, and that's what we miss when he's out there. We miss that kind of aggressive, take it to the hoop type move. And Gove, who gave us the lead, now knots it at 13. 33, almost loses it. Back out to Robinson. Over to Seidel with a long shot. We'll let him shoot all day from there. And Chris with a foul. Is that his second or third?
Second.
Second foul on Chris. Wheaton Christian has significantly more foul trouble than Peoria.
What'd you say, Dan?
He goes back. He got wasted.
Brad Robinson gets rejected. Chris comes out with it. Chris could take it all the way here. Chad Robinson fouled him. He did not have position. Chris took it in there, and this time he gets the call. 3 times of the charm. Good call, ref.
Don't say first one.
It's about time. Chris shoots 2. Score knotted at 13. Steps to the line, right foot in front of the left, bounces the ball 4 times. Back over his head. He's long. Chris walks off the line to lessen the pressure on himself. Gove gives him 5. Got to just relax and make it happen. 1, 2, 3, 4,
10 is bad.
Ooh, that was in, but it popped out. And number 33, what's his name? 33 is Hartford. Matt Hartford brings it down into Parsons.
How can you call it from back there? Hey, how can you see from back there?
Third foul on Andy. I don't know. I don't think that was a clean foul. The first free throw is missed, but that's small consolation for a third foul. Perkis to check in for Schmidt. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. That other one is long. Andy rips it down. Seidel gives some pressure. Over to Cook. Cook will get eaten larger. Parsons drives around Cook, puts it up. How many for Parsons? Robinson with tough defense on Cook. They're looking for the double team. They bring it into Chris. Chris gets it high to Andy. Andy goes up and in. 2 points for Schmidt. How many for Andy?
8.
8 points for Andy Schmidt. Andy's due to come out. Let's hope we don't get a cheap foul before he comes out. The shot is off. Chris has got the rebound. He's bringing it all the way. He brings it up to Faywell. Mike goes in. He's got 2. Okay, Andy has a chance to come out now. 3 minutes and 12 seconds in the third quarter. Who's playing the post now? On the zone. First foul. Who was the foul on?
I can do this before. You can't even pay attention to the game.
What?
I can't pay attention to the game while I'm doing this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Mike Faywell with 2 shots. The first one is a brick, and it's off. And the Peoria Christian coach wants a timeout. We're still not in the bonus. You want to go off here? Save your battery? 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Score knotted at 15. Faywell shooting one more. Okay, Parsons has 10. David Parsons has 10 of their 15 points. Schmidt, who's on the bench, has 8 for us.
Come on, Mike.
Gove has 3. Dominguez 2, Bonga 2. Faywell shooting one more at the 2-point. He's got that one right there. Nothing but net, and we got the lead. 16 to 15. Oh, Gove kicks it away from Parsons. Oh, but he throws the ball away and he traveled. Gove kicked that ball away. The pass was intercepted by Seidel, who traveled. He was so surprised to get that ball. And Cook has it inbounds, comes to Chris. Chris drives, puts it up, and he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2. It almost seemed like the ref waited to see if it fell or not to call the foul. This could be a 2-hour game, the way we're so physical and the way the refs are calling them. Chris came away void with the first 2 free throws, shooting 2. It's long, too long. It's got to be changed for next year. He can't go back because there's too much to go wrong, but I'm not going to change it in mid-year. Second one is long also. 34 rebounds, 0 for 4 from the line. That hurts. Wheaton Christian up by a point. Parsons puts it up, but he doesn't get it. But number 33, Matt Hartford, gives Peoria the lead. Chris all the way. The shot is too long. Faywell with the ball, and he shoots and gets 2. But we've got fouls all over the place, and again, Chris took it to the hoop, and again, we didn't get a call. Maybe it's just as good. Maybe we'd rather have Faywell at the line than Bonga today. Who knows? I'm not going to complain about that because today I'd rather have Mike at the line than Chris. Chris is 0 for 4.
Come on, Mike.
Mike shooting 2. Offensive rebound made this possible. The first one's good. Right there, nothing but net. Way to go, Mike! The score knotted at 17. 2:24 to go. Andy on the bench with 3. Gordon Schoelenberg just walked in. He's got the second one, too. 2 for 2 for Mike. 18-17, and Faywell has 3 points. He made another free throw before. Give him a third one. Yeah, previous to that. He was 1 for 2 before. 13, Robinson puts it up. It's long. Chris tries for the rebound, doesn't get it. And who has got the rebound? 33, Matt Hartford with the rebound. The ball comes over to Chris. Chris drives. Oh, puts up a shot that and Peoria controls the ball. We're really denying the ball into Parsons. He's sandwiched everywhere he goes. Seidel almost walked back out to Robinson, who does walk, no call. Chris with the controlled rebound. Oh, he traveled with it. He turned it over. Chris is fighting himself a little bit. Got to just settle down. Ref says get the ball back to me, okay? 1:27. Wheaton Christian down by 5. Gove out. Dominguez comes in. Front court now of Dominguez and Cook. Ball comes into number 13, Robinson, who surprises Seidel, hangs onto the ball. Into Parsons. He tries to drive. He has to dish off. Dishes off to a guy that doesn't know what to do with it. We're all over Parsons. We got 3 guys on him. And the ball comes off long. A nice rebound by Cook. Cook brings it up. Guarded by their best defender, Robinson. Danny protects the ball with his body very nicely. Into Chris, who drives. And he did not have position, and Chris goes to the line. Gove checks in for Gove this time.
I thought it could have been
Gove checks in for, yeah, he had fairly good position.
Moving though.
It was, but still. They can go either way on those.
When you're moving, they're going to call blocking no matter what. They already ever called charge.
Yeah,
unless you're just standing there for
position, you got to freeze it.
Unless you're standing there for 10 seconds with your hands up and leaning back.
That call could have gone either way. Tied.
Half tied or a little ahead without hitting
Okay.
there for the last 3
Chris
minutes.
is shooting 1 and 1. Oh boy, throws up a brick. That's 5 in a row. Here comes Parsons. Perkis with good defense on him. 33 comes in, and he's got one. Hartford just getting the garbage. Made a nice move to get that basket.
He hacked him!
Chris dumps it in, but he doesn't have Andy under there. And Robinson goes in. The shot is long, and Perkis recovers it. Chris going all the way. And he's got it. It is a racehorse basketball game. A nice play. The team is playing well in spite of the fact that Andy is on the bench with 3. Gove with a little hand on it. And again, we can't go into the wall. And I think it's purple ball.
It's just ridiculous. You can't die for those things.
Chris has 4. Faywell has 3. Gove has 3. Give Faywell another one. He made 1 for 2 on the first 2. We'll verify it at halftime. Back out to Robinson, who shoots a 20-footer. Air ball against the wall. 1 second on the clock. Shoot it, Jeff. Oh, well, Jeff made a pass, but you don't have that much time. And at halftime, we're down by a point, 21-20. Andy?
We're on.
21-20. Wheaton Christian trailing Peoria. Scoring Schmidt with 8 and 3 fouls. Bonga with 4 and 2 fouls. Dominguez with 2 and 1 foul. Gove with 3. and 1 foul. Mike Faywell has 3. And the basket was who?
Andy.
Andy made the basket. 10th point. Number 34, Josh Schroeder, has 3 fouls. Parsons has 10 points. He's number 32. 22 puts it up. It's a prayer. Andy comes off with it, and a foul on Seidel.
That was no foul.
That was no foul again.
Let's not shout at the refs and stuff. I heard it's getting them angry. I think maybe they're coming our way. In the second half of the second quarter, it all went our way.
Yeah.
Because we shouted at it in the first quarter.
It might have been.
Who was over the line? Dominguez?
Yeah, it was. But it's because Scott Bruce turned around and wasn't looking.
Oh, he tried to stop. Scott Bruce comes out and Gove back in. They've got a line play. Parsons looks for the ball. We've got people all over him. Chris goes out. Gove behind him. The ball comes in. He got 4 guys on him. He gets it anyway. He puts it up and in. It's 23-22. Ball comes to Chris. He drives. Gets a pass into Andy. I can't believe that pass. Chris was almost out of bounds. Fabulous play. 2 more points for Schmidt. And he's got 12. Parsons goes up. Andy with his hands straight up. Parsons with 2 more points. Dominguez brings it over the timeline. Into Andy. Andy puts it up. And a beautiful, beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Wheaton Christian in a seesaw game. Up by 2.
Like this is coach. I don't know what I can do about that.
That's right. He can't do anything about it either. 13, Chad Robinson sets it up. Swings it over to Matt Hartford. Back to Robinson. Pops it over to Seidel. Back to Hartford. Number 33 roams the baseline. He had 8 points in the first half. 33 is Matt Hartford. 34 is the one with 3 fouls, and his name is Josh Schroeder. What was the call there?
Out of bounds. Jeff Gove tried to steal and knock the ball out of bounds. Good play by Jeff.
Good play by Jeff. Ball comes into the purple team, Peoria. Robinson looks at the basket. It's stolen by Chris on a nice play. He goes up. The ball comes off. Andy and Chris fighting for it. Tip it over to number 13 with a long pass out of bounds. And we get the ball back. 3:50 to go in the third quarter, and the Spartans lead by a point. Chris looks so much more at home on the court when Andy's out there with him. Ball comes into the corner to Chris. Chris brings it into Jeff, who's in the lane. He's got it. Beautiful, beautiful shot by Gove. Nice assist by Chris.
From all these guys, and we're getting it now. That's what we need, is total team play here.
Almost stolen by Dominguez. Parsons got people all around him everywhere he turns. Chris with a foot up. 13, Robinson puts up an air ball, a high ball that could make it rain, but it doesn't. They're all over Andy, and no call. Over to Chris, and Dominguez brings it down. Into Andy. Andy drives. Nice jump shot. It's in and out. Faywell's there, and it... We're on 2 minutes and a half, and there was a foul in there. Oh my goodness sakes! They called a charge on that. That's right. I think he fouled that guy when he was being tripped, ref.
Yeah.
That was an unbelievable call on Jeff Gove. Gove goes for the steal. Robinson retrieves. Pounding the ball! Hey, pound the ball! Come on, Jeff! 32 Parsons uses the backboard and puts it in. We've gotten the bad end on 2 calls in a row. Dominguez brings it down, uses the moving pick by Gove. Andy drives, feeds it out to Chris, who drives, puts it up. Not much of a shot from that angle, and it's off Faywell. And then we're going to have a technical here. What was the call?
He changed his mind. He said it was wrong.
Oh, the ref changed his mind and called that the inside guy, Parsons, in fact, kicked it off. Good honest call, ref. Chris, ball comes into Chris. It's kicked out. 34 on him. Comes into Andy. All over Andy. No call. Ball pops out. 33, Hartford. Man alive. Unbelievable. Parsons puts it up and in, keeping them in the game single-handedly. 29-28. Okay, that's right. Gove is fouled. That time they got the call. That time they got the call right. Last time Gove was fouled, it went the other way. And it's timeout. You want to rest your battery? Now a word from our sponsor. That has occurred in the third quarter. Very important is that Andy has played a foul-free quarter. Okay, it's gold ball underneath, and we've got a new inbounds play. Comes into Mike. Mike goes up, and he's fouled. And he's going to hit a three-point play. All right. Very, very nice move by Mike. He used his body well. And Mike gives us the lead.
I worry in a situation like this because Andy...
I don't know. Who is the foul on? Who is the... Ned, did you notice who fouled?
What?
Did you notice what number fouled? We have a lane violation. It's out of bounds.
Look at the shot! He gets a shot! Oh, man. Well, fine. Give it to Andy. Let him shoot it.
Andy with the shot, and it's off the glass. It's in. Another beautiful shot. 32-29. You think
We'll
it's a
take
bad
that.
call?
We'll take that any day. I don't care.
It's a bad call.
Because when you get a violation on their team, we just look at to shoot the ball no matter what happens.
We traveled in there. They called the second traveling violation, but not the first.
I think one or two. Maybe he got that last one. I don't know.
Dominguez with light pressure brings it down. Out of bounds. Number 13, Robinson, is just all over the court. Good defensive little player. And he can also shoot from out. Dominguez without a lot of room. Brings it into Andy. Andy puts it up. He's got it. Beautiful, beautiful shot.
Andy, way to go!
Oh, beautiful strip by Andy. The ball is dished by Gove up to Dominguez. Blocked out of bounds. No call. Danny thought he had a foul, but no call. Chris comes in. Faywell is there. He's got two. He's going to lunch on him. Mike Faywell back to the free throw line. He's been one of our consistent free throw shooters today. Jeff Gove's presence in this game has really been felt. Jeff making the right pass, hitting the right guy, taking the shot, kicking the ball out on defense. He's a very important contributor to this starting five. Faywell missed the first. Shooting the second. It's short. Andy not able to get it, but Chris kicks it out. He's bumped a couple of times, no call. Jeff is there for a shot. Can you believe it? The ball got kicked loose, and Chris gets a cheap assist. Jeff Gove with a fabulous, fabulous play. Danny Dominguez. Oh, my goodness gracious. Foul goes against who? Jeff Gove, 33.
Not his third,
Probably his second foul.
Well, he already had two in the first half, I believe. I'm not sure, maybe not.
Maybe his third. His third. Scott Bruce coming in for Gove. Take it easy around here, you know. Scott Bruce checks in. Danny Cook checks in. Here comes Perkis checking in for Andy. Oh, man, how can you beat him?
We need a
6 points. 31 second shot, yeah. Hope they sit on the ball. They don't take advantage of this. 22, Seidel into 54. Back to Seidel. Cook is doing a good defensive job on Parsons. Bruce is sagging in, but maybe not quite enough. Parsons is surrounded. The ball cannot come into Parsons, and Scott Bruce in there. That's one way to defense it. We'll put him on the line, and that's okay. Scott is doing his job. How are you? Where'd you get your blonde hair?
Oh, balls!
They're not in the bonus yet. 36-29 with Wheaton Christian ahead. 32 puts it up. He forces the shot. And Perkis, the enforcer, rips it off the board, and that's the end. The end of the order. And Bruce and Perkis and Danny Cook have done their job in getting those guys through the quarter without a third foul.
Especially
Now, we've got a couple of celebrities in the booth. Here's Dr. Sibley. What's your impression of
It's
this?
going to be tough to make a comeback. We just heard that, yes, in the afternoon game. In the finals, because we're playing Aurora Christian on a home turf. However, noticing the cheerleaders right now, we've got a distinct advantage with our cheering here. So we may be able to pull it through in the finals.
Okay, this game isn't won yet. What do you think, Dr. Roth?
I think we'll pull it out. Last night, the coach called me and said that this was going to be the tough game. Mr. Klum said that they've got a player that we've got to hold down, and according to Mr. Schmidt, we're holding him down.
He's going to get some points, but we're not letting him run rampant the way he did in the last game where he got 30-some points.
Steve has used the strategy of denying him the ball, and many times they've gotten the ball down the court without him ever touching it. Okay, we've got our starting unit on there. Jeff Gove and Dominguez at the guard line. Andy at center. Chris Bonga and Mike Faywell at the forward line, playing their last day of basketball as 8th graders. Back out to Robinson. They're down 7. Back to Seidel. He puts up a long one. He's got nothing but net, and the advantage is now 5. Chris inbounds to Gove. Dominguez brings it over the timeline. Into Andy. Andy with a turnaround, and he's got it. How does that look to you? 7-point advantage. Turnaround jump shot. 12-footer by Andy Schmidt. And Ned Galbranson said that looks just fine to him. (38-31), and Peoria, with only 5 minutes to go, is being very deliberate. Seidel again. Robinson back to Seidel. We've got 2-3 guys around David Parsons. And the ball is still not into Parsons, and he's all frustrated because they're not getting him the ball. Klum's strategy of denying the pass into number 32 has paid great dividends. He hasn't touched that ball. And now he's just walking off the court in frustration. A basket by 33, Matt Hartford. Can you believe the frustration on 32 Parsons? Steve's strategy is perfect. Chris drives, feeds it into Andy. Easy shot, rolls off. And Faywell picks up a foul. 38-33. Mike Faywell
on that shot.
On the rebound. What?
And he got wasted on that shot.
Andy feeling that he was fouled, and it won't be the first guy that was fouled today without an actual personal being called. Ned, I wish I had a quarter. Ned, I wish I had a quarter for every time we took a shot today and didn't get the foul. When they're laying all over us, like right down here.
What are you doing? That's why they're junior high officials.
Yeah, but the same thing happens at the high school in the freshman and sophomore games, too. So.
Ned Galbranson says, what are you going to do? That's why they're junior high officials. And Gary Schmidt says, yeah, but the same thing happens in the freshman and sophomore games out at the high schools. We don't want a lot of fouls. We don't want the clock stopped. We want to let that thing run now. We're up by 5. Up by 5 with 4:25. We've got to keep this 5-point lead in order to get to the playoffs. Hartford inbounds to Robinson. Back to Seidel. Back to Robinson. Chris had a hand on it. Pops it back out, though. Robinson retrieves. Seidel back to Robinson. Seidel looks at the basket. Robinson looks at the basket. They can't get the ball into Parsons. Playing great defense. We're sagging in. Gove is going wherever he goes. Now they got it into him, and it looks like Jeff picked up a cheap one here. And they're in the bonus, 1-1. Just under 4 minutes. 4 fouls on Gove. Well, they just called it his 3rd foul. Gove.
Well, they said Bruce. Oh, now they're correcting it. They'll give it to Scott Bruce. That's fine.
Yeah. Awfully dirty play by Scott Bruce there. Don't you think? First shot by Parsons is good. He's got about 15 points here, but that's very unofficial as we've lost track. He's a ball player. He'll be a good big guard in high school. Probably at Peoria Central or Peoria Richwoods. He missed that by a mile. Mike Faywell's there. He brings it off to Chris. Chris brings it down, overthrows it. Andy saves it. Back to Danny. A beautiful save by Andy. Bounce pass to Chris from Faywell. Chris drives, feeds it out to Mike. Mike's got the shot. It's not there. And Andy's got 2. A beautiful rebound and a long rebound. And we've got a 6-point advantage. It's looking a little better now. 3.5 minutes to go. A lot of time left. We got to get another guy in front of 32. Forced shot. Oh, we got...
Okay.
Foul on Chris. That's Chris's 3rd. Is that his 3rd? 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go. They're in the bonus. It's 1-1. First one is right there. Basket by Josh Schroeder. Only had 1 point in the first half. Now he's got another point in the second half. And he made both of them. That hurt. 40-36. Comes into Andy. Back to Gove. Let's not have any turnovers, guys. Into Andy. Andy puts it up. It's short. He gets his own rebound, and that was right in. A beautiful touch off the glass. Fabulous shot. 6-point advantage. Under 3 minutes in the game. Ooh, Gove. Blocked by Andy. Chris with the rebound. Chris gets a shot. He'll be going to the line to shoot 1-1. We got the law of averages on our side here.
What's that?
Missed his first 5.
Come on, you can't shoot over 7, over 6 here. Put him down.
He's got it.
Yeah!
Right there. Oh, wow. Chris puts the first one down. Chance to shoot a second one. 5 points in the game. Second shot is up. It's long. Andy rebounds. Andy with the shot. It's long. Parsons comes off. Andy's carry the ball!
Carry the ball!
Oh, a charging foul on Parsons. And Chris drew the foul as Andy and Chris help him up.
Evened up.
Even up.
The feeling is he may not have had position up here, but they got the foul. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the game.
It was a block. It was no charge. Yeah, he slipped in there at the end. But
That's right. That's right.
We'll take it for
He was set, but he wasn't set for the full second.
You gonna your pop left?
No.
I'd give you a swig of mine, but I have a touch of a sore throat and a little cold, and I really don't think you want that.
All right, doesn't matter.
Wheaton Christian is in the driver's seat. They need
Our water girl again. Let's
3.5 baskets to time. Okay, we've got water in thimbles for the team again today. But we have a mother who's very concerned about germs. We have a mother who's very concerned about spreading germs in these containers with the spouts at it. The kids put it down to about where their tonsils are, you know. Julie Klum is sitting right next to Cindy in the second row. 7-point lead with 2:42. If we can stay away from turnovers, it'll look very, very good. Peoria not showing a big press yet. The ball comes into Chris, who dribbles it down, uses the left hand, brings it over to Andy. Our two biggest guys bring the ball down. Over to Gove and Dominguez. Dominguez brings it down, comes into Chris. Chris drives. Ball comes over to Andy. Pass was forced. Andy couldn't find the handle on it. He traveled. 2:20 to go, 7-point lead, 43-36. Dominguez receives the pass from Gove and brings it down over the 10-second line. Out to Gove. Gove feeds it to Faywell, puts down his left hand into Chris. Chris feeds it to Andy. Andy puts it up. It's long. Faywell with the shot. Andy avoids the over-the-back foul. Parsons comes down with the ball, number 32. He's been taken out of the game in the second half. He's got the ball this time, and he traveled. Chris held his ground and avoided the foul.
He just stood there.
Chris just...
On a charge if it hadn't been a travel, I think.
Chris was solid like a statue, and the good defense contributed to the need for Parsons to travel. Schmidt brings it down. We need good shots. Let's get layups. 7-point lead. Minute and 3/4 to go. Andy brings it out. The ball is taken away by Parsons. He's going to take it the length of the court. Feeds off to Seidel, who is fouled, and he's going to get the shot. It counts. That is a big play for them. Basket counts. Gove block, number 33. Jeff is just fouled out. He played a whale of a game. It was just tremendous to have him come back and to play so well. He fouls out with 1 minute and 36 seconds to go. Danny Cook now checking in. Cook comes in. Steve. Yeah, that was 5 fouls on Jeff. Steve feeling Danny Cook is probably our best ball handler. We need all the ball handling capability we can because we're going to receiving a lot of pressure. Chance to cut the lead to 2 mere baskets. Seidel, a good shooter. He's got it up, and it's short. And 22, Seidel is over the line. It's a lane infraction. We're going to need help from people like Chris in bringing the ball down now. Cook inbounds it to Bonga. Back to Dominguez. Oh, it looked like a foul, but there was no call. Cook successfully brings it over the 10-second line. Guards the ball with his body well. Dominguez back out to Cook. Cook, lobs one up, and Parsons intercepts, and then loses the ball out of bounds. Parsons is a real competitor, and it's timeout Wheaton as Steve wants to settle us down. 43-38 with 1 minute and 16.
It's going to be real tough for tonight.
Maybe. You never know. Hard to know.
You think that one kid.
Come on in.
Tell us what you're saying.
If they can defense that one 7th grader, we'll be okay tonight.
Davidson?
Yeah.
We played a man-to-man last time, and Chris had him the second half and just about shut him down. I think he had a basket.
Second half being played.
Who didn't?
Last game.
No, I'm talking about here, for the game here. When they killed us in the first half, and in the second half we ran wild against them.
I'm going to have to be cutting, guys. My ride's going.
Good to see you, Art. Thanks for coming.
I got to stick with my ride. Let's
go, Wheaton, let's go!
Minute and 16 seconds. 5-point lead for Wheaton Christian. The ball comes inbounds to Cook. Oh, who has it stolen by Parsons. And Dominguez kicks it out. A minute and 10 seconds, 5-point lead. As long as Danny didn't hurt himself for tonight. Here comes Scott Bruce in for Cook. Nice steal by Danny. And Danny's got a sore left ankle. Bring him in, the ref says. Number 54, Matt Gulan, checked in. The ball rolls off. Oh, Andy got a cheap foul. He brushed his back, and they called that for a foul with a minute and 7 seconds. Ref calls him for a push. It's a 1-and-1. Fourth foul for Schmidt.
Hey, rebound!
Important for him not to make this first free throw. He airballed that shot. The pressure was too much. Matt Hartford is a good shooter, especially from close. We get it on the side. Chris has to help bring it down. Scott Bruce is in there. Ball comes into Chris. Oh! First and 10. First and 10.
Two shots!
Ref calls it 1-and-1. He looked like a linebacker going in there, putting his shoulder pads into the situation. Filling the hole. I haven't seen Singletary make a better hit than that.
You need to get one anyway.
But the ref says 1-and-1. Chris at the line. Made 1 for 2 his last time there. It's short. Andy has got the rebound. He puts it in. 2 points. That should be the ball game. Under a minute. Parsons brings it down. Feeds it off to Hartford. They still can't get the ball into Parsons. There it comes. Oh my goodness, you believe that shot? Can you believe that? Fabulous play. Chris brings it down. Chris going all the way. And Seidel fouled Chris as Chris drove from the left side. Can't believe. I wish I could get Chris on the side. I wish I could take Chris after the game and just let him shoot 100 free throws. I think he's 1 out of 8 today.
Got 2 shots here anyway. That'll help.
Yeah. Oh, how did he get 2 shots out of that? He hadn't put the ball up to shoot. First one is right there. Swish.
One more.
Scott Bruce with a high 5.
4 possessions. I don't think they're going to get 4 possessions.
46-40. 35 seconds to go. An important free throw because 3 baskets here would not tie. Short. Andy with the rebound. He puts it up. It rolls off. Hartford rebounds. Chris with the defense.
He
no,
traveled!
he didn't. He did not travel. He held that pivot foot. Andy rebounds. He's fouled.
Tell me that's not intentional. Hey, tell me that's not intentional, ref.
We might get them tonight. We don't want to antagonize them now.
All right, let's go, ref. Hey, it's about time.
There was a karate chop, and the ref finally gave us 2 shots.
All right. Put him down, Andy.
There, boy, Andy. That's an icer. 47-40. Forget it. Chris is in the lane too soon. The ball comes out to.
Put him in.
Not only can Chris not make free throws today, but he's taking free throws away from the guys on our team that do make them. Chris gets a foul.
Or is that his fourth?
Fourth.
No fouls.
No, that's right. Well,
1-1. Four fouls on Chris. 15 seconds in the game. First time we've been able to relax. This kid is a very fine ball player.
Who didn't come off the shooter?
Chris didn't. Oh, no foul, ref.
My wife always says, I can't sit next to you, Gary, because we doubt too much.
That's right. It's all over but the shouting.
Oh, yes.
It's not over until the fat lady sings.
Yes.
Andy makes the first one. Shooting a bonus, 48-40. Andy has paced us in scoring.
He's changed his style.
Pull up a little short on that one. 34 takes it all the way. Oh, I think that's going against Andy. Oh, was that Dominguez?
We're going to handhold from here on out and get some shots.
Okay. Was it that second foul on Danny Dominguez, and Perkins checks in for Chris.
Good play, Chris.
4 seconds.
Art, I think she's going to stay and go with me. Yeah. Cindy, you're staying, right? 48-42. Ball comes into Bruce. Bruce is fouled by Robinson. Ned, give us an analysis of the game.
An analysis? I think the dominating center was the key.
Oh. Also, that smothering defense.
Defense did a nice job on 32. Very nice job.
48-42. 2 seconds to go in the game. Scott Bruce at the line. 1-1. Just a little bit long. Faywell in there with the rebound. He puts it up. It's off. That's the ball game. 48-42. Wheaton Christian. Yeah, it was a good game. 48-42. Super, super game. Number 32 Parsons played quite a game, but it wasn't enough. You staying, honey?
You want me to, don't you?
Yeah, why don't you?
I'll try.
Good.
I'll have my mom check on Bart and do his homework or something.
Yeah, all she has to do is call over there.
48-42 in favor of Wheaton Christian. Tough fought game. It's going to be hard after one like that to come back against the Aurora Christian team, but I think we can do it. Here we are tonight, fans, for the finals of the ACSI tournament. The date is February 15th, 1986. We're here at the Aurora Pavilion, Aurora Christian School, for the final game between Aurora Christian and Wheaton Christian. Wheaton Christian had a tough game. The 1 o'clock slot won by 48-42. Hard fought game all the way. We'll have to see whether he took it out of him emotionally. And I'll let you. And Aurora Christian had a rather much of a blowout earlier in the day against Tabernacle. And now we go to our play-by-play man, the voice of the Spartans, Dale Monga.
Welcome, basketball fans. Wheaton Christian and Aurora Christian for the championship in this 12-team tournament. Wheaton Christian at 13-4 beat Peoria Christian 48-42 in a game that was tied at halftime, beyond the strong scoring and rebounding of Andy Schmidt, who had 28 points. David Parsons of Peoria was rather well shut down, but he did wind up with 8 baskets and 6 free throws for 22 points. Second high for Wheaton Christian was Jeff Gove, who had strep throat but played anyway, having been put on antibiotics 24 hours ago. He had 7 points, played an outstanding floor game. Chris Bonga had 6. Mike Faywell had 5, including a couple of three-point opportunities. Just used his body well as he rebounded and put the ball back in the hoop. And Dan Dominguez had 2. He had broken the ice for Wheaton Christian, getting the first basket of the game. Main players for Aurora are Davidson, number 42, a 7th grader and a sure shot prospect for major college basketball, major high school basketball. Also, number 23, a good outside shooter, Lambert. Number 13 and 14, a couple of guards, Chesney and Mann, and number 41 as well. Championship game. They've got 2 different refs, but one guy that reffed this morning. Yay! Team. Bradford is 41. Mark Davidson at center. He'll have his hands full with Andy Schmidt. Their guards, Chesney, 13. Mike Mann, number 14. We've got one ref that worked the game earlier this morning, and another ref that we haven't seen yet today. Wheaton Christian Spartans, 8th grade team, playing their last game together. What remarks would you give us about these kids after playing 4 years of basketball together?
Well, a remark about this game. I have a feeling that Aurora Christian is going to try something to neutralize Andy on the inside. A double team, a front and a back, something like that.
That's right. They have to do something like that.
Our other players hopefully will pick up the slack and score.
We are privileged to have in the booth with us today Howard Cosell. What do you have to say, Howard?
Not much. We should win.
Andy jumps center against Davidson. I'm screened out. You'll have to give me the play-by-play here. Andy tips to Chris. Chris's pass is intercepted by Chesney. Andy got the tip. Chesney over to Mann. Mike Mann puts the ball on the floor. Back out to Chesney. A pair of quick guards. Back out to Chesney. He feeds it into Lambert, who uses up his dribble. Chris over there to hound 41. 3 seconds on number 14. That's the new ref that just got here today. Hasn't worked a game yet. Making that call, and they're going to press us all over the court. Bradford comes up to get on Chris. Chris gets the ball in the corner, brings it down all the way left-handed. Puts the ball up. It's off. Avoided the charge. Mike Faywell with 2 points. Dominguez broke the ice this afternoon. Faywell breaks the ice tonight. Ball comes to Bradford. Bradford puts it up. He throws up a brick. Faywell with the rebound. Clears it off to Dominguez, who slows it down. Wheaton Christian has the size. They have the rebounding advantage. Aurora seems to have a little better speed. It hits Faywell in the lip. Pass was hard. Dominguez, a charging foul. Danny Dominguez picks up a charge. Beautiful, beautiful play. He got there and held his position.
Great play, Danny.
Gove to inbound. Dominguez down to help. Chris down to help. Ball goes back to Gove. It's used up 3 seconds already. 5, 6. Over the line. Well, Gove dribbles it awfully high. Chris in the corner. Little bump on Andy. No call. Faywell over the back. No call. It's white ball. Lambert, their little shooter, to inbound. He's got some tape on his left hand. Couple of fingers, it looks like. Chesney comes through, and Gove is called for a foul as Jeff just kind of reached in. Ball inbounded by Mike Mann.
I thought they were going to go man-to-man.
They're not.
Mr. Klum said they were going to go man-to-man earlier, but I guess not.
No, we're going zone early because of maybe being tired. We could go man-to-man if we have to. There's Davidson with the ball on Faywell's side. He puts up a long one. It's in and it's out, and Chris gets the rebound. Chris bringing it down the center of the lane. Feeds Mike. Mike shoots. It's in. Golden. Assist for Chris. Basket for Mike. And Mike Faywell has scored 100% of our points here today. Chesney pounds the ball, is not called for it. Davidson on the rebound and Faywell over the back. Mike's first personal. Second foul for the Spartans. Davidson to inbound against our 2-3 zone. Ball comes out high to Chesney. Dribbles the ball up. The ball is almost stolen by Danny. Danny way up there that time. Back to Davidson. Davidson cannot attack from there. He's got the ball too far out. Ball over to Lambert, guarded by Chris. Chesney penetrates. Ball's up and in. 2 points for Chesney. Dominguez brings it down over to Gove, who turned the ball over but not called. Here comes Davidson. He puts it up from the free throw line, air ball. Okay, here's their press. Chris to help. Schmidt to help. Faywell back. Ball does come into Chris. It gets kicked off. Chris was guarded closely by Bradford. Chris was guarded closely by Bradford, and Chris touched Bradford's head on the way back, and the ref separated those two guys. Guys are a little tense yet. Into Gove. Gove holds his pivot foot. Back to Dominguez. Danny takes care of the ball. It's his job. Dribbles with both hands. Chesney guarding him. Ooh. Ball rifled into Chris. Deflected by 41, Bradford. The call over to Aurora Christian Eagles. Chesney brings the ball down to Davidson. Davidson to Mann. Mann puts it up. It's a long one. Chris rebounds it. He's got a foul on 41, Bradford. Nice rebound by Chris. Bradford playing, a couple of guys playing a little bit out of control. Bradford's first foul. Wheaton Christian to bring it down against Chris, and Schmidt help. Ball comes into Chris. He brings it down himself. No pressure. Into Andy. Andy drives, puts up the jumper. Faywell rebounds. He goes up, and he's got 2 shots. Foul on 23, Lambert. And here is a very critical thing now. Wheaton Christian's size is giving us the advantage. Now, if we can get Mike Faywell to just make 1 out of 2 here. Steve with a word for Chris, probably just saying, settle down a little guy. Play under control. Chris and Schmidt in the